Justice with Judge Mablean will be life, because in everything we do, it involves the law.
You came to court to testify about what you heard, what you saw, and what you know.
She's fair.
I don't have a hearing problem. This ear works good. This one works even better.
She's firm.
I'm not responsible for that ticket, and I'm not going to pay for it.
Who says you're not going to pay for it? I make that decision, not you.
She's honest.
What you have to say?
All I have to
Nothing.
say.
This is Justice with Judge Mablean. Laura Rubio is suing boutique owner Veronica Perez in the amount of $520. She says the defendant sold her a pair of defective leggings that ripped while attending a party. Ms. Perez claims the plaintiff should have tried on the pants at her store to make sure they fit before leaving.
In the matter of Laura Rubio versus Veronica Perez, suing for the cost of a pair of leggings and for the embarrassment that accompanied the use of those leggings. Tell me about it, Ms. Rubio.
Well, Your Honor, thanks for having me. And, well, I have a rough year. My mother passed away.
Sorry
my
to
nephew,
hear that.
Thanks. My nephew got arrested. And my best friend has cancer. And on top of that, I lost my job.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's time for you to have some better things happening in your life, right?
Yes, ma'am. And, you know, my friends decided to perk me up, you know, just to have some girls' night out because my birthday is coming up. And, you know, I always celebrate my birthday with my mom, but this is the first year I'm not doing that. So my girlfriends decided to take me out, and we went shopping to a mall, but it was so expensive, everything. I couldn't afford it. So they took me to downtown, and we walked by a boutique. And at that boutique, they had good deals, you know, kind of okay clothes. So I said, okay, let's check it out.
You mean to the garment district?
Yes.
Okay.
And, you know, I was looking at some dresses, skirts, pants, and there was one that caught my attention. It says, one size fits all. So I was like, I don't think so, because all these curves and booty, it will fit in there? I don't think so. So
One size fits all. You got caught up in that?
Yeah, that's what it says.
Step over, let me see the curves. I can't see.
You know.
No, step away a little bit. I can't see.
You know.
No, one size doesn't fit all of that.
Do you think? I don't think so, but, you know, I said, why not? You know, let's check it out. And then I was like,
but
whatever.
you even doubted it.
Yeah. And then the owner of the store said, hey, look, you know, it fits, you know, it's true what I'm telling you, know. And she was stretching it, pulling it. You know, I was like, oh, I don't think so. She's just trying to get me into it. But I was like, you know, let's give it a try, you know, because when she stretched them out, it looked like it will fit me, you know. So my girlfriends decided, okay, just buy it, you know. It was.
So you had your friends with you as well?
Yes, they were with me. And I said, you know, it's a good deal, you know, $20 what you can get, you know. So I bought it. And then that night, we went out, and of course, I wear the pants, you know. So we were just at the club having a good time, and we were just doing the cha-cha slide, you know. We're just, you know, to the right, to the left, you know, to the side. And
oh, that record where they instruct you, like you, yeah.
Right, you know.
Yeah, I like that record.
Just girls' night out, you know. So I was
to the
like,
left, to the right.
Right, I was like,
kick
yeah,
twice to the back.
Yeah, sure, you know. And having my groove on, you know, with my girls. And then all of a sudden, my song came on. And I was like, oh, no, drop it low. And I went low and low and low. And then when I went low, everybody around me snapping photos. And I was like, oh, you know, it must have been.
Oh, I must have gone real low, huh?
Yeah. And you know what? I felt like a breeze on the back. I was like, oh my God. I was like, what happened? And then my friend, she lent me a jacket, covered me up, and I stormed out of the club because, you know, it was so embarrassing.
Those $20 leggings split straight up the back.
Yes, ma'am, and I was so embarrassed. I didn't want to go back there anymore. And when I got home, I got a bunch of texts, Facebook messages, and hashtags. And then I checked all of them, and then my name was changed. I was Miss Booty now.
Miss Booty?
Yes. My butt was all over Facebook, Twitter, all over.
Your friends took pictures? Everybody in the club was taking pictures?
Yes, and some of those people knew my friends, so, you know, that's how I found out. And it was so embarrassing, Your Honor.
You should have told me that was the new style.
Yeah. But
you would be like Madonna, half naked.
Yes, but imagine. I don't want to be known like that, you know.
You didn't like that too much, huh?
No, Your Honor. So embarrassing.
So you were embarrassed? And you think it's her fault?
Yes, because she's misleading customers.
So she made you buy them?
Yes.
That's your argument?
She was like stretching it, pulling it, trying to convince me. I was walking out because how this curves and this booty will fit in there.
So
know?
why you just didn't try them on?
Because I was rushing. I was in a rush. My friends had to go somewhere else, and I didn't have a ride, so.
Where are the pants now?
Well, they're here.
Oh, let me see. Woo-hoo. Split right up the back.
Yes.
Right up the seam. I don't need to touch them. They've been on her butt. I don't want them. Split right up the back seam. Really?
Yes, Your Honor. It's so embarrassing. Like, my name is Miss Booty.
It is, but all you had to do is touch this material, look at the sewing, see how light that little seam was.
Yeah, but look,
I told her to try it
I'm
on.
wearing the same kind of pants, and this have lasted me for a year, and I washed them.
What's the difference? What's the quality?
No, it's the same, and I bought them for the same price.
Can't be the same.
Coming up on Justice with Judge Mablean.
I also have signs all over the store that I have a no refund policy.
And later,
So I'm a poor cow lying there. And when I went over, my cow was injured.
Justice with Judge Mablean. You're watching Justice with Judge Mablean. We're back with the case of Laura Rubio, who is suing Veronica Perez for emotional distress.
What about you? What do you have to say?
In my defense, Miss Rubio was very rushed. I tried to help her out. I was obviously trying to make a sale, and I am a businesswoman. I've owned my boutique for 10 years, and I have happy customers that have been shopping with me since the day I opened.
Not
and
anymore.
Never had, maybe you, but all of them come back. I told Miss Rubio here, I showed her around the store, I gave her different options, but she was so in a rush that she didn't want to take the time to go try them on, because I did tell her to go try them on. And I also have signs all over the store that I have a no refund policy. Very clearly, I have here the evidence of a copy
And
of
is
one
that
of
on
the
her
signs.
receipt as well? No refund?
Yes, it is, ma'am.
And let me see, are the signs posted all over?
Yes, they
In
are.
the dressing room and everywhere else and at the cashier stand? I hate those stores with no
Yes.
refund.
She's just a repost, Your Honor.
I'm just trying to be honest.
You're a repost.
Hold on a second. Did you see this no refund or exchange?
No.
You didn't see a sign anywhere saying that?
It's a pretty
See
big
it.
sign.
She just probably just took the photo because
Oh.
she's being sued.
No.
For
Well,
repost.
I shop in the garment district, and most of the businesses in the garment district have a no refund or exchange. A few of them will allow exchange, but most all of them have a no refund policy. That's been my experience. And you're saying you didn't see the sign one way or the other. What about on your receipt?
Well, I didn't look at it until...
What, do you have the receipt so I can
Yes.
look at it since you didn't
Yes.
bother?
Because all I want is my $20 and $500 because...
Oh, well, we're going to see about
the
that.
embarrassment is just so embarrassing to have your butt all over the internet.
Okay, so it's not on the receipt, no refund or exchange,
Okay.
but it's all over the store.
It's all over the store.
Okay. So if you looked at her behind and you've been in business for 10 years and you looked at these pants, did you really think that they would fit or you just wanted to sell them? Let's see.
Well, I have people, I have
No, they do
clients
stretch pretty
that
much.
fit in those pants. They stretch out pretty big.
Yeah, they
you know,
stretch it out.
She's not that big, so I thought, you know, she could fit in this.
Excuse me,
I
now
have
you're
pe-
questioning
Well,
my size.
obviously she did fit because you did get in them, right?
She did.
Yes,
And you
but-
did wear them.
But when you drop it low, Your Honor, you know
Well,
you have to
now-
go
How
am I
low,
supposed to know
and
she was
this
gonna go
lady
drop it
is
low?
trying to deceive customers.
Now she guaranteed that you could fit them and that you could wear them. She didn't guarantee that you could drop it low to the floor.
Well, she's supposed to have that. If you drop it low, wouldn't buy it.
Well,
Because-
come on, wait a minute, Miss Rubio.
Excuse me, if you drop it low, you know you have to go low and your pants
Stop.
will rip.
Miss Rubio. So you expect that the salesperson is supposed to be able to know exactly what you're going to do in the pants
Well-
and what happens if you do that. Is that her responsibility when you buy a pair of clothing? To
Well-
know exactly what, I mean, if it's work pants and you're doing a certain job, you know, and it's expected that you're going to work in these pants and you're going to do X, Y, Z. But when you're talking about pleasure, Come on, how's she supposed to know that you were going to drop it to the floor? That's up to you to know, and you're supposed to check that out before you left home.
Well, Your Honor, I agree on that, but I think as a consumer, you're supposed to be told.
Oh, really? You think everybody's supposed to tell you everything? How old are you?
36.
So, 36?
Yes.
And somebody's supposed to tell you whether these pants are going to fit and whether the threads are good and tight and whether they're going to bust or not. Weren't they tight on your behind?
Well, no, they were fine. You know, they're like kind of like similar to this. You know,
They must have been tight if you dropped it to the floor and they busted because you just dropped the nose and they didn't bust. So this must have been a little tight.
Well, a little bit.
So what's the emotional distress?
The emotional distress, Your Honor, is to have your butt all over the internet and have your name changed.
So why is she responsible for your emotional distress?
Because she was just pushing me to buy those cheap,
I was trying to help
ugly,
you.
awful pants.
I was trying to help you
All
because
right,
you
hold
were in a
on.
rush.
You were trying to help your pocket.
Did you see a psychologist?
Why do I need to see a psychologist?
You said you were emotionally distressed. Did you see a psychiatrist?
Well, I'm emotionally distressed because of
Did you
this
see any medical
embarrassment.
doctor that substantiates that you were emotionally distressed?
No, Your Honor, but this
That's
is
because you
embarrassment.
weren't. You were embarrassed. There's no lawsuit for embarrassment. When you put on your clothing, whatever you intend to do in those clothing, do a test
Your
to
Honor.
make sure that you can do that, like that blouse. You should raise your arm and see if it's too tight.
Your Honor,
All
I
right.
only buy my clothes and I don't even have to try them on. This is the first time that
Well-
ever happened to me with
well,
shoes,
all I can
underwear,
say-
with everything.
All I
don't
can say,
even
Miss
try them
Rubio,
on.
is there's a first time for everything. So she's not responsible for that. And I'm not going to make her pay for the fact. And plus, come on, $20 pair of pants that stretched this big when she held them up, which even you doubted. That was enough to tell you you had doubt yourself. So it cost you more to come to court than you paid for these pants. And all you had to do was take 5 minutes. Take 5 minutes. You know, my father's dead, been dead a long time. But what he taught me as a child a long time ago still resonates in my mind every day. It takes less time to do something right the first time than it does to do it over. Do it right the first time. Because now you've wasted a lot of time. You got embarrassed. You had to go get some more pants. You had to file a lawsuit. You had to come to court. You've taken more time and more money. It would have taken 5 minutes to try them on. Judgment for the defendant.
Judge Mablean has ruled in favor of the defendant. The plaintiff's claim is denied.
I won that fair and square. I clearly have a no refund policy.
Whatever. I don't buy at your store anymore.
Coming up,
So I'm a poor cow lying there. And when I went over, my cow was injured.
Justice with Judge Mablean. You're watching Justice with Judge Mablean. Errol White is suing his neighbor Jarrett Martell in the amount of $4,500. He says the defendant tipped over his dairy cow, causing it to miscarry its calf.
The matter of Errol White versus Jarrett Martell. You're suing Mr. Martell because you say that he caused your pregnant cow to miscarry and kill one of your calves. And I'd like to know how that happened, Mr. White.
I'm a farmer. I sell cows for a living. Stock
Okay.
market at the stock, also calves to slaughterhouses. Make a nice amount of money doing this. His father wanted to go into business with me because I have beef cows, he has dairy cows. But I don't like their kind, and I don't mix business with people who I don't like.
What do you mean they're kind?
He is a very irresponsible young man.
Well, you said his father, you don't like their kind. That's why you didn't go into business with his father.
Because you raise a child the way he does, I don't do business with them.
Oh, so the child is irresponsible.
Very.
Okay. And when you say he's very irresponsible, what does this young man do?
One night, I was in my house, minding my own business, heard an awful ruckus outside, and I heard my cows squealing. Ran outside, saw my poor cow lying there, and I saw him scuttling off to his little jalopy Jeep. And when I went over, my cow was injured. And so I took my cow, this lovely little mortar.
Never seen a cow Oh, yeah, I started to say never seen one up close, but yes, I did on Grandma's farm. Mm-hmm.
He tipped my cow over. Tipped my cow. Had the vet come to my house, invoice, bruised ribs, shattered ribs, miscarried the poor calf. The poor calf was miscarried.
Sir, I'll take all the evidence.
So
Now-
this young man tipped over this cow this large?
Yes.
All right, so you got $1,200 medical bill for the cow, and what's the herd bill for?
That's for the calf. And there was also the cow for $1,800, the beef cow.
The beef cow, it says $1,500. The beef calf, $1,800.
That was it.
Is this what you would have made off this calf?
Altogether, I would have made $4,500, Your Honor. $4,500.
Coming up,
I saw Mr. Martell running out of the field and jumping in his Jeep.
you're watching Justice with Judge Mablean. We're back with the case of Errol White, who is suing Jared Martell for loss of property.
All right, let me hear from the defendant, Mr. Martell. How old are you?
Everything. I'm 21 years old.
And he thinks you're a terrible human being.
Yes, ma'am.
Why does he think so little of you?
Because him and my father do not get along.
Okay. And what do you know about that feud?
They were going to be business partners. My father does milk cows. He does beef cows. And they were going to trade cows so they could both raise both types of cows. And my father found out he was using hormones in his cows.
I do not use hormones.
What does that have to do with his cow ended up miscarrying the calf?
Actually, we had a disturbance on our farm that same night.
I want to
And
talk about what happened on your farm. I want to know what happened on
That's
your
how
farm.
I ended up at their farm.
Okay.
Some kids were on our property. We chased them off, followed them down the street, about a mile down the street where he lives. And we saw what they did there, and they tipped the cow and got back in their car and ran, and that's when they saw us on their property.
Who's us? He says he saw you. He didn't talk about any us.
It was me and my father.
He did say that. Did
Your
you see his father too?
Your father was not there.
Let me hear from your witness, Miss Pamela Minor.
Yes, ma'am.
What are you itching to tell me?
That this young man, he's been a troublemaker for a long time.
Who are you?
I'm Pamela Minor. I live adjacent to his property. And I heard that ruckus outside, and then I ran outside my house to see what was going on. And I saw Mr. Martell running out of the field and jumping in his Jeep.
Judge Mablean's verdict when Justice with Judge Mablean returns. You're watching Justice with Judge Mablean.
I believe you did it.
He's a dentist.
The smirk on your face tells me that you did it. And so as a result of that, I'm going to order you to pay him $4,500. Now, where he's going to get it from, I don't know. That's your business to collect it. But I'm going to order the defendant to pay you the $4,500, judgment for the plaintiff.
Judge Mablean has ruled in favor of the plaintiff. The defendant is ordered to pay $4,500.
I hope you learned a lesson today, son.
I did, but my dad will pay for it.
This has been a